What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Bug BMX YouTube channel. We got some huge news today, and when I say huge, like, I mean it, you guys. I'm so pumped for today, and I cannot wait to give you guys a tour of the newest build for the channel. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I proudly announce and introduce you all to the newest build project on the channel. Voila! What do you guys think? I don't think any of you have any clue or idea on how stoked I am for this. I've always wanted one of these ever since I was a little kid. And the main reason for always wanting one is because they are just so goofy looking, like kind of like me, you know? And really something that makes this stand out and even more goofy and special is that it is a single axle. This thing is a true shorty, and that's about as short as it gets. No joke, if I were to measure the rear to the front and then the rear to the front on like your everyday pickup truck, this is probably shorter. Which is nice, you know, when you go to your local grocery store and you need to find a parking spot, or you take it out to town on a nice date, you gotta find a good parking spot. The new project actually just literally got dropped off like minutes ago. I don't have a name for it yet. So this is where I need everyone's help, because I want you guys to be a part of this series as well. What do we name the 1974 Freightliner cab over? I need a name before we start getting too deep into this. That way I have something to refer to and something to call it throughout the videos. Right now it's just a 1974 Freightliner. We need a nickname. Comment down below. Whoever comments the best nickname below will get a shout out and a follow on Instagram. Grady, what do you think about the new project?
It's definitely a project.
Uncle Jim, you're the only one I haven't asked yet. What do you think of the new rig?
I love it. I love it. I've named it already.
What have you named it?
Baby Optimus Prime.
Baby Optimus Prime. What do you guys think of that name?
I love it. I love it. It's a little rusty. We'll clean that up.
Yeah, we'll clean up.
We'll clean that up.
A little saliva and elbow grease.
And we'll get this working again.
Yes.
I don't know what it did, but we'll get it working.
Hey, you know, if you ever get kicked out of your current place, I got a spot for you to sleep.
Yeah! Yeah!
I don't know what or who is slept back there, but I'm sure you won't mind.
Maybe somebody homeless is in there right now.
Check and see.
Hey, anybody in there?
And just real quick, I want to give a huge thanks to Raid, the gaming app, because if it wasn't for companies and apps like them, I wouldn't be able to buy all this fun stuff. What is Raid, you ask? I'll tell you. Now, Raid Shadow Legends is a turn-based RPG that's actually done right. And hey, the game is free to play. There are more than 400 champions to collect and personally customize. And now you can play Raid both on mobile and on your desktop. The game is cross-device, and so you can play with the same user and switch between devices whenever you want and however you want it. The graphic is amazing in the PC version, and the game is super fast as well, not to say it's free to play. So what are you waiting for? Go to the video link description, click on the special links, and you will get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. Raid is super fun to play even on the engine of your semi. You can lay underneath the semi to play it. That's a good spot as well. Or if you're looking for a better internet connection, sometimes sitting on top works great. Let's go! And if you're just like any other normal person, you can also do it on the inside of your semi. Just not while driving. You guys, if you have not already, go and download Raid right now. There will also be a link down below in the description box. So guys, what are you waiting for? I'll see you there. Let's jump into this. Let's get you guys a tour on the truck and tell you everything I know about it, which isn't much, but I can talk to you guys about it, tell you my plans and you know what I'm wanting to do with it, and there's some questions I'm going to ask you guys on how to really get it running. So Grady just made a really good point. Yes, I basically just bought a truck I have zero information or history on. Makes sense, right? That's what we're about on this channel. Poor financial decisions.
We're rolling.
We're rolling?
Baby.
All right,
We're rolling,
everyone,
baby.
follow me. I'm gonna give you guys a one-of-a-kind tour on the new truck. It's a semi, so that's cool. It's a 1974 Freightliner cab over. This truck actually came from Las Vegas, Nevada. 20 years ago, it came into Utah and it was been parked. So this truck has sat for 20 years. It just got hauled here today. Still hasn't been started, hasn't been driven, nothing in 20 plus years. So as of now, the truck currently does not run. I don't know if the engine's even any good. I don't know if the transmission's good. I don't know anything right now, but you guys are all along from the journey literally right from the beginning, and every one of your guesses is just as good as mine. So that's what's gonna make this build really fun. As you can all tell by looking at it, the truck isn't in the best condition, but it's not necessarily in the worst. For being a 74, I would say it's pretty good, and I'm pretty impressed. Up here, it even has some of the factory paint and kind of see some of the sparkles in it. It does have a good amount of rust, which, you know, isn't too bad. Like, this is pretty rusted out, doesn't matter, that's gonna get ditched. The tank should be able to polish up pretty good. I'll probably be taking these off, sandblasting them and powder coating them, along with the wheels will all be getting replaced. The frame isn't too bad. The body though is pretty clean. That's the nice thing about a Nevada truck is, you know, it's a warm climate, so they don't deal with a lot of salt and snow like Utah does. So really, the rust isn't too bad on the cab. Some of the clear coat is peeling, but the original color is pretty sweet. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for a color when we get to the point of repainting it or wrapping it. I'll probably go with paint, but I don't know what color to do. I don't know if I leave the blue, if I do a white, a red, an orange. Like, you guys, this is why I'm making this video and this introduction, is so you can give me your ideas and thoughts on what direction you think we should take for this build. So right in there, there's like a little hamster wheel and a hamster that sits and runs on it, and that's what generates and creates the power for this beast to pull. Got some WD-40. Tires are definitely going to need to be replaced here very soon. I don't know if these are original tires or not, but they are extremely old. They're bald and they got a ton of really bad stress and weather cracks. So we got to get rid of those, because when we're doing, you know, 250 down the freeway hauling a big ass load, we can't have a tire blowing out on us. No, can't happen. I already have a question for any of you guys, or any of you that have ever owned one of these. How do you get these doors to open? There's no key, there's no like locking mechanisms, and it doesn't feel locked, but it will not open. Both sides are like that. You guys, if you have any suggestions on how to open these, I want to know, because with this being so old, there might be some really cool vintage stuff in there. You never know, and you never will know if you can't get the thing to open. The Freightliner is equipped with a big honkin' Cummins engine, and everyone, look at the size of that Snell. See, I'm gonna really dress this engine up as well after we get it running, of course, because we don't know if this engine is even any good at this point. It could be seized, it could be locked up, or it could run perfectly smooth. The odometer is showing 450,000 miles, I think is what it says, which, you know, for a Cummins, that's like just barely getting broken in. But I do want to dress it out. I want to pull this turbo apart, pull the compressor wheel out, and just take the housing and sandblast it, powder coat it some cool colors, and really just shine this up along with the rest of the truck when I do it. As of right now, I am clueless on what it is going to take to start this truck. I know there are some wiring issues with the ignition. I just see some loose wires. I'll show you those in a little bit. I know with it not running in over 20 years, it's gonna need some new batteries. But after that, like, what do you guys recommend or processes should I start? I have the idea of draining the fuel, because we don't want to run old, mucky, clogged fuel through injectors. It's possible I might need to get the injectors cleaned. But yeah, what's some steps you guys would recommend before trying to get this to start that will help the process go a lot smoother? These stacks will definitely be getting ripped off the truck, so I can do dual 10-inch stacks all the way up, and then I'll give you guys kind of an idea of what the... See, look how nice the roof of the cab looks. No bad rust or anything. Just some of the paint is chipping off, which is really no big deal if it's getting repainted. Yeah, that's just paint peeling back right there. A little more surface rust. But honestly, I think the worst part for rust are these fenders and right here for the exhaust. That's really the worst rust I see on the truck, which is no big deal. It'll be real nice getting some big polished wheels under this beast as well. I'll throw up some like renderings and pictures of other cab overs that I really enjoy the looks of, and you know, they're just ideas. I don't want to copy anyone else's look or theme. I want to go after my own. But kind of just to give you guys an idea or ballpark of what I'm after. I'll definitely need to be replacing a lot of the glass on the cab over. Old, cracked, it's not very good, but nice thing is it's all just flat glass, so it shouldn't be too difficult on having to replace. You know your boy Bug is gonna have to ditch this cab visor and put on a really sharp, aggressive looking one just to add a nice mean look to this. Now that I kind of gave you guys a tour on the outside, I feel like it's time to show you the inside. And I have to say, getting into these is really awkward because you walk up right here and then you have to swing your leg over, and then you have to, it's even more awkward, and then you grab the steering wheel, pull yourself up in, and yeah, then you're sitting in the cab over. I love the steering wheel on this thing. It's freaking ginormous. I just feel like a big boy trucker up in here, like Breaker 19 rubber ducky. The interior is in decent condition. A lot of the diamond stitching is actually pretty, I mean, it's dirty, but it'll clean up nice. You can see that's good. It's just, it looks dirty, but I'm gonna spend a lot of time cleaning this, and there'll be videos on that and on how I make the inside look new again. But this is the wiring I was talking about earlier for the ignition. Here is the key for the ignition that's supposed to go here, and then all these wires are loose, so I'm going to spend some time having to figure out what the deal is there before we even start messing with anything else to get this started. Old Coke bottle. The clutch pedal is like, there's no, it just chills. Like, you lift it up, you can push all the way down, so I don't know if this spring goes to that or what, but the clutch pedal's kind of jacked right now. We'll have to get that figured out. The seats are good. The headliner, everything is really good in here. It's just dirty, so like I said, gonna be spending a lot of time in here cleaning stuff down. And then there's kind of like a little mini bed in the back. I have to say, I'm really nervous to know what's even happened back there. Like, I don't want to know what kind of lot lizards have been back here, so I'm gonna, I don't know, I might just get some gasoline and a match and just burn it. I don't know what I'm gonna do to clean it, but yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out. So here's like the cockpit view. And you guys look at this steering wheel. It almost touches my stomach and the windshield. This is badass. We'll need to be replaced though with a different one because it is cracked pretty bad. And then here's just some more of the inside. See what I'm saying here? Like, this is actually pretty clean up in here. No bad tears. The worst tear for the interior is right there, and then we have one more on the passenger seat, but really that's it. The dash will need a good cleaning. All the gauges, like, you guys look at it, it's just sat for so long. I have no idea what any of this does yet. I know I will learn along the way. Another fun thing is I've actually never driven a 10-speed semi before. Obviously I know how to drive a manual, like a 6-speed, but I've never used like a split or anything to go through different gears. So that will be a video in itself, learning how to do that. All right, check this out. Here is an old Matchbox from a casino in Henderson, Nevada. That looks pretty old if you ask me. I'm sure there's all sorts of cool hidden gems in this thing once I start cleaning it and digging it out, but like there's garbage there. I feel like there's gonna be some dead animals in here and some other scary stuff. There you guys have it. You've basically seen the inside and outside tour of the 1974 Freightliner cab over semi, and the goal with this is to really take it apart. I know some people will fix them up, clean them, and then sell them, but I really want to take this down to nothing. Like, I want to strip it down to the frame, powder coat it, put it all back together, and really turn this into a show truck. Kind of like what we did with the truck I took to SEMA this year, aka Mater. Don't mind the wheels that are on it now. You guys, if you've been following the channel, you know what it actually looks like. And that's a long story. If you haven't seen that video, it'll be up here on the screen towards the end of the video, and the link will be in the bio. Check it out, it's a good laugh. What do you guys think? What direction should I head in? Should I slam this? Should I like lift it? No one's really done a big lifted semi, but I don't know. I kind of feel like my heart's going towards the slamming it idea. I think that would be pretty sweet. What do we name this? It's got a ton of character. Best name will get shouted out in the next video, and a follow on Instagram. Let's hear them. Anyhow, I gotta get going, because if you cannot tell already, I have my hands busy with this thing, and I want to get this thing running as fast as possible. Any pointers or a direction you guys can lead me in to get this thing running even faster and smoother, please let me know. And who's excited for this build? A lot of you probably never even seen this coming. Again, I've always wanted one of these ever since I was a little kid. It is going to be the coolest thing ever when this is all done, to be able to haul the SEMA truck around to different shows and other future vehicles. I needed a good hauler. And don't forget, if all of you are just as stoked as I am on the new cab over build, go down right now and leave a like to show me you're pumped. All suggestions, my ears are open for this build. We need a color, we need a name. Do we need twin turbos? Like, I want to hear it all, I want to do it all. Let's make this thing the craziest cab over anyone else has ever done, and you guys will all be along for this journey. Other than that, I'm gonna start cleaning this up, tearing it apart. You guys make sure you hit the subscribe button with post notifications on, because there's gonna be so many future videos featuring this. Tons of content coming your way. You're not gonna want to miss it, so hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Your boy Bug is out. Thanks for watching. Peace.